If you've been following us for a while, then you know that we love staying in Airbnbs, probably because it makes us feel like we're somewhat at home even though we travel full time. But something you might not know about us is that we have both been Airbnb hosts ourselves. So in today's episode, we wanted to share some of the pretty funny stories of our experiences as hosts and also guests. Shit's about to get crazy. Strap in. It's going to be a wild ride.
Exactly. We got some rippers.
Oh, yeah. We got some crazy Airbnb stories, mainly just as hosts.
As hosts. The host ones are the best ones, honestly,
funny.
because there's some weird people out there.
There are some really strange people. I wonder if we've ever stayed in an Airbnb and a host has been like, God, Abby and Tyson were strange.
Yeah, exactly. Like I hope not.
I know. I think we're pretty normal. No, honestly. So a little bit of a backstory. Tyson and I, before we moved overseas for about a year, maybe 6 months, we were like hustle, need to save as much money as possible, and just on this real mission to make as much money before and save as much as possible,
because we wanted to set ourselves up so that like we could last the distance. We didn't even know if we're going to make any money while we were overseas.
So we both, at the time, I owned my own property, my own house, and you were staying with your family as well, and we were just kind of coming up with all of these ways that we could make money. And so sometimes we'd even go out camping for the weekend and put up our places on Airbnb, or they were just both listed, and then if yours booked out, you'd come stay with me, and if mine booked out, I'd come stay with you.
And then sometimes they were both booked
and
out,
then we'd go camping.
and we'd go camping. Or we'd do something so then we could
we'd go stay with my mum.
Yeah, go stay with your mum.
Knock on Jill's door, be like, Mum, sorry, it's a Tuesday, I know, but we're here for the rest of the week. Sorry.
I know. It was a funny time. Like, I got really good at laundry.
We got really good at laundry. We got really good at hospital corner beds. Like, you know how you fold that in. And, like, I just have visions of us at Sundays. Like, Sundays would be like our, obviously because we didn't work, we'd be at the laundromat, like cleaning towels, cleaning sheets, cleaning everything for like 3 hours.
Yeah, for ages. It was crazy.
Because, we'd do the whole clean ourselves because we didn't want to spend any money on cleaners.
No, I think that's the thing with, like, when we were doing it in Melbourne. If you want to get a cleaner, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Like, you have to pay $250 just to get your thing clean. We're like, no, we'll just do it.
Yeah. So
and it was two of us.
It was two of us, yeah. Although sometimes you'd get like a last minute booking. I remember one time you got a last minute booking. You were like, Abby, they're going to be there in like 5 hours. I need you to go clean the whole place. I was like, oh God. But no, we made it work.
We
got some fantastic reviews.
Yeah, fantastic reviews.
But some funny stories.
Really funny stories. Yeah, I think you got to start it off with the urn.
I need to start off the one with the best Airbnb story of all.
Yeah.
So basically I had hired my place out for, a couple of days. And anyway, I went back, they'd checked out and I went back to clean it. And as I was approaching the front door, I saw this thing on the front step. And I was like, what the hell is that? Anyway, I picked it up and it was an urn. An urn. So
for the people who don't know what an urn is, in Australia or I think around the world, if you get cremated, they put you in this urn. So it's like a little capsule.
Yeah.
And your remains are in the capsule.
Yeah. So there was an urn on my. And I was
someone was on Abby's doorstep.
Someone was on my doorstep, and I was like, oh my gosh, this person must have been leaving, closing the door, got the keys or whatever, left this. So I messaged her straight away. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You've left something. Is this yours? And she was like, oh yeah, that's okay. Would you mind disposing of it for me?
Yeah. And I don't know. There's no rules on this. Disposing of someone's...
No, you're not allowed to.
Are you not allowed?
No, in Australia it's illegal to dispose of it like in the river. Anyway, so she asked me to dispose of the ashes that were on my front my front step. And I messaged her back and I was like, oh, are you sure? Like, is that something you really want me to do? And she wrote back and she's like, oh no, it's absolutely fine. Mum and Dad are both in there actually. And would it be so much trouble Dad grew up along the Maribyrnong River. Would it be trouble for you to sprinkle him in there? Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, this is absolutely crazy.
And that's where we got the idea for Abby and Tys's funeral services.
Anyway, I was like, the poor mum and dad in this urn.
Oh no.
So Tyson and I wandered down to
yeah, of course we'd do it.
Yeah.
Because it would be weird of us to just chuck it in the bin or something. You can't do that.
Anyway, so we wandered down to good old Maribyrnong River.
Yeah.
And we had a ceremony and said a few words.
Abby said a few words. Mum and Dad got in my mouth because it was very windy on the river.
Anyway, but that was a pretty crazy
That
one.
was a crazy one. I think just the craziness of someone doing that and then, giving us the job of
Yeah.
spreading them as
Just like she was expecting us to be okay with it.
Yeah.
I think that was the weirdest thing. It was just like this kind of nonchalant, oh yeah, mum and dad are in there, no drama.
Yeah.
Just spread them.
So can we rewind a bit? Did you say that it was illegal?
I'm pretty sure spreading it, like if someone had have caught us in the river, I'm pretty sure we're not allowed.
Don't dob us in.
Anyway, don't dob us
Don't
in.
dob us in.
It was a great story.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a great story. Anyway, another one. This was like one of my first. I remember it was a woman on her own and she booked it out for maybe the weekend. Anyway, I came back and she had done some housework.
Not just some. This lady, I feel like this was her job. It was her part-time job was to go and check into Airbnbs and decide what needed to be done and do them.
And not only just decide, and then do them. So she cleaned out the entire contents of my fridge and freezer. Like there was meat in there. There was like, obviously maybe she didn't know that I lived there still, but there was really good things that were expensive in there.
Yeah.
And then she patched up my cupboard. So there was like duct tape all along like the spare cupboard, the bit that was flaking off. And then she proceeded to write a whole list being like, this was great, this house is great, but you need to fix this.
You know what? I think people forget what Airbnb originated as. I understand because times have changed, but originally Airbnb was someone's house and you went and stayed there and all their belongings were there.
Yeah.
It wasn't just an empty shell. So it's just crazy that she would come and do all that sort of stuff. And then the best part, though, was the message you got afterwards.
What did she say? I can't even remember.
She wrote you down the
list
full
of everything that I needed.
of everything you needed to do.
Yeah, exactly. And then gave me 4 stars.
Gave you 4 stars.
4 stars.
I know. That was the other funny thing, like when you get reviews, because reviews have such a big impact on like if you get bookings and stuff. And people give you the shittest reviews for no reason. Like, they'll do a 4-star, and then the reason you got a 4-star was because your location wasn't good. But like, you picked the location.
Exactly. You can see it on a map where it is.
And both of ours are inner cities, so it's like,
I know.
I don't know how...
Your location was perfect.
Yeah.
She couldn't have gotten a bad location.
And I got bad reviews on the location. And one time I got a bad review on the location. He'd asked for an early check-in, late check-out. I gave him both to him.
Bastard.
I know.
Ungrateful.
They're ungrateful.
Yeah, I mean,
Ridiculous.
sometimes whenever I'm booking Airbnbs for our trip, because we always stay in Airbnbs, I sometimes just read reviews just to make sure there's good Wi-Fi, all of it. And some of the reviews, honestly, I'm just like, how could you complain about that? Like one in Sri Lanka, it was like, there are too many bugs. I was like,
oh my God.
I was like, that is not the Airbnb host's fault.
No, this is Asia.
That's Asia. You should not, give someone a bad review and potentially stop them from getting a booking because you're afraid of bugs.
I know. Yeah, one thing, if you are booking accommodation in Asia, okay, the 99% certainty there is a gecko in your room.
Oh, for sure.
That is just how Asia works.
Make friends with the gecko. I think another girl was asking that on Instagram the other day too. She's like, she was thinking about going to Sri Lanka and she's like, are there lizards? And I was like, you will see a lizard every single day.
Yeah.
Like, if you're afraid of lizards, do not go to Sri Lanka.
Yeah, exactly. I know. It is, it's funny. I mean, the standards change all over the place. So I think that's probably the thing that shocks people the most. The thing that always, is funny with us is like you can get an Airbnb in Asia, obviously, that is amazing for a good price, and you'll get like awesome service. Like these guys here, we're in Cambodia at the moment.
So good.
Does our laundry, says put the rubbish out the front and I'll get rid of it. Tell me when you want more water. And then we go to like one in Europe, like where we're in Greece one time, and we booked one. There were no cutlery. No knives. It was like...
No, nothing. We had to message her and be like, hey, can we have a saucepan? We like to cook.
And she thought...
got mad at us.
She got mad at us.
And then, the knife, we wanted to cut a pumpkin and all we had was a butter knife.
Yeah.
And then I started to feel bad. I was like, are we high maintenance?
Yeah.
We kept asking for all this stuff. And then eventually the Wi-Fi didn't work and we were like, oh, F
We're
this
just
place,
gonna
we're
leave.
leaving.
Yeah. I know.
That was bad. But we've had some... I mean, what do you look for when you get to an Airbnb?
Yeah.
What do you need to like feel like this is a really good stay.
I feel like, first of all, we've got this dialed now. We've got it dialed.
Although my last booking, the loft was terrible.
Not
in
dialed.
Siargao.
Not dialed.
We just spent 2 weeks in Siargao in this loft, and to be fair, it wasn't that expensive, but it wasn't good.
It wasn't. You know what the bad thing was? Like, it ticked all the boxes, but then the air conditioner was like a generator, and it shook the whole top floor.
And it was so loud, and Tice has to sleep with the aircon on, so every night I was like, I don't know, I hated it. And then eventually when you went to sleep, I got up, turned it off.
Yeah, turned it off, and we survived.
We survived.
It wasn't so bad, but it wasn't as good as we usually get.
And it wasn't built well, so we were up in this like loft bit, and then Tice would get up, and because he weighs like 80 kilos, it would be like he'd shake the whole place.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't built very well. The Wi-Fi was good though.
Yeah. And also, if the next door neighbours went down the stairs as well, you could hear them
everything.
shake the whole place.
So we haven't fully dialed it in.
We haven't fully dialed it in, but you don't know what you can get until you go there.
The reviews were great.
And that's the thing. So then, if you go to for the Philippines, maybe that was a really good stay, because in the Philippines there aren't many good ones. But then when you go to other places like Thailand, even if you paid a reasonable amount, you would get a pretty epic place,
sure.
right? And so you can expect more. But coming back to what I would want in an Airbnb, now we pretty much always get a 2-bedder.
Oh, we need a 2-bedder.
A 2-bedder, or it's got to have a big living space and a bedroom at least.
Yeah, well, what we're in right now though is 1-bedder. This is great.
But they have a big kitchen, living area, and an outside area. So that we need that.
Outside area is key. Sometimes I forget that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we want to go outside.
Yeah. We want an outside area, and we want natural light. Because natural light, I mean, lots of the time, especially when we're traveling, in hot climates, you will spend more time in your place. If you want to relax, or if we want to work, we'll spend time in the place, and you don't want it to be dark and gloomy. Then air conditioner, obviously, because we need the aircon.
I'm 50-50 about the bedroom. I don't need it in the bedroom, but you do.
I 100% need it. I sleep so much better with the aircon, and I honestly believe Abby probably does as well.
I mean, but sometimes it gets in my throat, and then I wake up with a sore throat.
Yeah, we got to get the Whoop, and then we'll test it, and I'll confirm my beliefs.
Whoop if you're watching.
Whoop if you're watching. I know, we're waiting for one. But the other things that we look for is just like a nice bathroom and a kitchen. The kitchen is the other biggest thing, because we travel and work. We cook at home a fair bit, so we would love an oven. Although in Asia,
it's almost
impossible. So at least a stove.
A stove's fantastic. We did when we were in Phuket though. We bought our own air fryer because they were like $15 from the store, and we were there for a month. So that was fantastic. An air fryer or an oven would be ideal.
Yeah,
definitely need that.
And then that's pretty much it.
I love it if cleaning's included once a week.
Yeah,
that's great.
We always just ask
otherwise
for
we're
it.
happy to pay for it. That's fine too.
Yeah.
Free refill of water. That's
great.
That's
a bonus that probably lots of people don't think about, but you don't want to be lugging a 10 litre every couple of days.
All the time, and that's a nightmare.
It's so annoying, and that's the problem with like Europe holidays and stuff. Is like all those places
they don't have it.
They don't have it, and it's just like
maybe because they drink their own water, and like Asia, we can't literally drink it.
Yeah,
maybe another one that I do love is welcome treats.
Oh.
If there's like a wine, I like the idea of a wine, but we never drink it, so that's a waste. But I love like a cookie, or like some sort of like tea, or like something. And also,
especially because when we get in, sometimes it's late, and then
so
you just demolish the whole packet of cookies that they've given you.
I also do love it if they have some tea, if they have some coffee, if they have like little dried milk, not dried milk, but like the long life milk, so that we can make something like just like those little touches that make it just a little bit better. Yeah,
it's like more homely straight away. Yeah. And you can get into your routine straight away.
Yeah.
Make your tea and enjoy it.
But yeah, there's nothing worse. We've actually been to a few Airbnbs. This one time in Guatemala, and he was awful. The host was, do you remember he was horrible. He was horrible. Anyway, we arrived so late, and we got in maybe like, it wasn't late, but it was maybe 7 p.m. and we hadn't eaten since breakfast.
I've just realised what the host was.
We were so hungry. And when Tyson and I get hungry, we get not angry at each other, but we go quiet, and we're just like, we need food because we just can't think. Anyway, we got there, and he just started explaining.
First of all, he kind of berated us because we paid the tuk-tuk driver or the taxi driver a little bit more because honestly we don't care that much.
Yeah.
And he was like, you can't do that, you can't pay them this much, otherwise they get used to it. I hit one in the head the other day because and he's this American guy, and you know, nothing against Americans, but he you know, he's built this place in a country that's not his, and then he's, you know, creating these rules in his head.
Crazy.
And it was just awful. And then he was explaining everything, like, oh, this fruit grows on this tree, this fruit grows on this tree, this is the toilet, this is the door to the toilet.
We do not need to hear this. Like, honestly, I do understand that Airbnb hosts sometimes want to check you in, but I would rather you not.
Yeah.
I would rather just leave a key.
Yeah.
I don't want to meet you.
Yeah. Like, we're happy to meet, but I don't want to, we don't need to know how to turn on the dishwasher. We don't need explanations.
Also, when we were in Bodrum, I think that was the worst as well because he was really lovely. But again, we got in so late and he was spending so long explaining everything. But to the point of it was like, this is the cupboard. Yeah. You open the cupboard. Yeah. Inside, you will find utensils. Like, it was and so it was like, and
bad. Then here's the cupboard next to it. This is how you open this cupboard.
This is the remote controller. This is how you turn the TV on. And we were starving again. We had to be. I think we were maybe a little rude. Maybe not that one.
It always feels like we come across as rude, but we have to end the conversation. We have to. And I'm always the one who Abby will just stand there and just take it. Yeah. And then I just say, brother, we are so hungry.
I'm so sorry.
But we're going to go.
The worst one was we're in Jordan when we got into it. And then
we should tell them.
Yeah, the funny taxi story as well. But we got into Jordan. We were so hungry again. Yeah. It was late. It was like 8 p.m.
We had a big travel day.
That was like it didn't go as planned, and it was just a bit stressful. Anyway, we got in, and the hotel guy again was lovely, but he sat us down, and you know, Jordan, it's a tourist destination. So what was the place called? I can't remember.
It was where Petra was.
Yeah, Petra. And so he got out this big map and he was like, this is how you start. And then you can walk through here. And we said to him, we're so sorry. We might revisit this tomorrow because we're so hungry. Yeah. And he's like, no, now.
Yeah, we'll do it now. It'll only take 45 minutes.
And we were like, and then I was just like zoning out. Anyway, eventually got him to stop.
Yeah.
We walked out the front and he was like, oh, my friend will take you to... Or was it our taxi driver?
Yeah, we have to tell them from the start. We got to just go from a little bit from the start because it was a really big day. We ferried from Egypt to Jordan, and that was a really long trip. And then we had to get the taxi, and our taxi that we'd organised wasn't allowed into the airport. So we had to get another taxi that was in the airport who just randomly came up to us and said, your taxi's called me. And we were like, oh, this is ridiculous, whatever. And then we got into that taxi, and then they wanted to wait for another person
and wanted us to pay more as well.
Yeah, before we could even go to our taxi that we'd already paid for. And we would just been in Egypt for 2 weeks, and if you know you've been to Egypt, you get hassled all the time. So I was pretty done with it. So I was pretty direct. I was like, nah, you'll be taking us and we're doing it now, and I don't care. And so then we finally started going. Anyway, that took a while. We got to our guy. He got in. He was apologising to us for all the kerfuffle. And
stop and fill up his
electric car. Then here we go. Then it gets better. The drive's already a long drive, right? We just want to get there. And then we stop, and at the gas station he has to fill up the gas. Okay.
No, it's electric car.
Yeah, he has to charge his electric car. I forgot.
It was 20 minutes.
20 minutes to charge his freaking electric car. And we got a coffee, and then he doesn't drive out. We hop in the car. Oh, I'm just going to check my tyres.
Oh my God.
He goes into this service area. A guy deflates and inflates every single one of his tyres.
A whole car service while we waited.
And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm gonna kill you. I'm going to actually
You had all day to do this.
I know, exactly. You had all that time. You were waiting for us to come in the other taxi.
Crazy.
I hope this doesn't just sound like we're complaining.
We're not usually like this.
We're not usually like this. We're usually very go with the flow people. We did go with the flow.
Yeah,
we went with the flow. And we actually talked about this in the car because, you know, we try and build the relationship back up after this. So like we get in the car, I'm like, okay, we'll just build it up. So then I start chatting to him, we have a laugh, whatever. Okay, we're having fun. Anyway, so that all happens. We finally arrive at home. It took way longer. Then we got the guy who, explained everything. Then he's like, don't worry, my friend will take you in the car to get your food. And we'd found a falafel joint that we wanted to go to. We're like, no, we can just walk there. We're fine to walk there. We didn't want any trouble or anything.
It was like, no, we'll take you.
We'll take you. We hop in his car, same taxi driver. He says, we're passing the falafel joint that we were going to go to.
This is it.
No, I've got a better one. And we said, no, we want to go to this one. He's like, no, I've got a better one. And he drives us another 10 minutes. And at this point, we're definitely not going to his one. Because we're just like, I don't care if we're going to yours or whatever. And we say, stop here. And he's like, it's just up there. And we just turn around and walk all the way back.
To ours for 15 minutes. Oh my God. It was crazy. Anyway, we made it.
Story. That was wild.
They just don't really listen to you, do they?
They don't. I think, it's just a bit of a different... I think lots of these places maybe, I don't know, it's just a different training in the tourism and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
so.
And I guess, they want... I think he meant well.
Yeah, they all mean well.
See the restaurant that he took us to was very commercial. And But
he thought, because I think a lot of these places, they think you want the touristy stuff. Like, they think that that's what you want. They don't want to give you the authentic. They want to give you, the polished. So they all are trying to do the best for you. That's the truth.
Exactly.
But
just don't come up to us and do that at 8 p.m. when we haven't eaten since 11 a.m.
Falafels were great though.
Oh, that meal. That meal was great. And then they gave us free dessert. And we over-ordered.
Yeah,
we ate so much food.
It was awesome.
And then we walked home and it was fantastic.
Yeah, the meat over there is so good.
Yeah, it was great. Great.
I know.
What about our Airbnb idea?
Oh, yeah. I didn't know we were going to talk about this.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
about it, isn't it? So Tice and I, this is when we had our own Airbnbs as well. We'd come up with ways to try and keep the guests entertained. Yeah. Well, not knowing that they were getting entertained. So we came up with this idea of a haunted house.
Yeah. It was an Airbnb experience.
Oh yeah, you know how on Airbnb you can do experiences, which we've done a lot of good ones. We should talk about that too.
Yeah.
But we were thinking we could do a haunted house experience. So you stay the night, and then me and Tice dress up.
Yeah. We haven't decided whether we're already hiding in there from the start, or
we're just slowly tormenting them, bashing doors, or just pretending to be ghosts.
And the funny thing is about this one is you could never get a bad review because that's the point.
That is the Yeah, so are these people booking in and they know that it's a haunted experience?
Yeah, it's a haunted experience.
It's a haunted experience.
Yeah, and then
someone should do it.
Someone should do it.
Like a haunted house.
It's a great idea.
I wouldn't stay.
I wouldn't stay. But you think you hear about those people ordering a clown off the dark web.
Yeah.
Right?
So there would be some weird
people. So there
would
be some weird people who would like it.
Yeah.
For sure.
But the experience they'd all probably give it a 5-star anyway because it would be so terrifying. That's what they're going in there for.
Yeah, and the people who gave it a 1, it also equates to a 5.
Or it would be wasn't scary enough.
That would be a bad review.
That would be a bad review. But I wouldn't stay. That would actually, in my heydays, I think I would have when I was younger. Oh yeah, boom.
That deserves a 1 star.
Exactly.
It needs to be better than that.
Yeah, so good.
But I think all in all, Airbnb has been such a big game changer for us.
I agree. It's crazy. What did people used to do without Airbnbs? I know there was Booking.com and hotels and stuff.
Yeah.
But we were talking about the other day how when we first went traveling though, there was no Airbnbs.
Yeah.
And we'd literally rock up to a place and just walk into a couple of hotels and be have you got any room?
Have you got a room?
Have you got any vacancy?
And then, if you're polite, you can't really say no.
Yeah.
Even if you see it and you're don't like it.
That was bad. Or you'd be able to barter. I remember in Asia, you'd be like, oh, I don't want to pay that. What can you offer me? And you'd be able to barter down the price. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I know. Those days, I think you can still do that in most places.
Probably hotels. Yeah. Walk into someone's house.
Yeah. Can I stay
on
here?
Airbnb. Can I stay here? But no, Airbnb is epic.
Yeah.
So happy that it's. Yeah, I mean, it gives us an opportunity to get really comfortable with our travel. I think we love it.
And stay fit at the same time.
And stay fit, cook and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
We want to talk about one other idea that we're having. It's in the works. Our Sri Lanka Airbnb.
Yes, that's it. Not really in the works, it's an idea.
It's an idea. It's coming to fruition. We've booked a trip just for that purpose.
Yeah, we have. So we're hoping to start some Airbnbs ourselves. We were originally thinking Thailand.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually, like a goal for us, a big goal. We want Airbnbs like everywhere.
Yeah.
We want them in Thailand. We want them in India. We want them in Sri Lanka. And we want to like manage them again and be hosts again. But we're thinking Hiriketiya for the time being.
Yeah.
We'll start there.
Yeah, exactly. We have to figure out, where we can get land or rent and, meet some local people. We've met lots of locals, but local people who have land to rent.
Exactly. Exactly.
But it's going to be a real experience, and I'm excited for us to document that.
Yeah, we've got to document it on YouTube and do everything, because I think we've spoken to a lot of people and everyone says it's tricky, as in like the local people, you got to watch out who you're dealing with, because they might try and rip you off, or just get caught up and in the wrong, and try and, I guess, rip you off again. The whole point is to just take money from you.
Take money from you.
Yeah, but you got to be careful, cover yourself, and like get good lawyers and all that sort of stuff. So I think it's definitely going to be a experience. Yeah,
it definitely is. There's people who've done it before, so surely we'll be able to do it.
Yeah, for sure, no doubt.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Alrighty. Is there anything else?
No, I think that's it. Thanks so much for listening today. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you subscribe, write any comments below, share it on your Instagram, and tag us. We'd love that as well.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
Exactly.
And tune in for the next one.
Alright, cheers.
Bye.